Now, cultural barriers and restrictions have limited the mobility of women to engage in economic ventures and a major contributor to the level of poverty in most parts of Nigeria. The federal government's World Bank assisted program, Nigeria for Women Project, is designed to change this narrative by bringing women together through different affinity groups to engage in economic activities. There is more in this report.
Stats of persons living below poverty line in Nigeria are daily on the rise, with a World Bank report projecting that 95 million Nigerians will slide into poverty in 2022. An International Monetary Fund (IMF) report also estimates that women constitute 60% of the poorest people in Nigeria, translating to over 57 million women in Nigeria living below the poverty line. Cultural restrictions and barriers placed on women in some of these rural communities have increased the number of poor people in the country. Government at all levels in Nigeria are aware of this and have made effort through programs and partnership with international financial organizations like the World Bank to address these challenges of poverty among citizens. One of such programs is the Nigerian for Women Project, a federal government program assisted by the World Bank designed to support improved livelihood for women in targeted areas of Nigeria. Currently, the program runs in 6 states of the Federation, spread across the 6 geopolitical regions of the country: Abia, Akwa Ibom, Niger, Taraba, Ogun, and Kebbi states. In Kebbi State, the program is running in 3 local councils with over 79,000 women in 3,600 women affinity groups being supervised by 359 ward facilitators.
Women now boost of more productive access, increase income, building better business skills and financial literacy. Women with petty trading have gone into expand and diversify their businesses, leading a better household and community.
The Women Affinity Group is a platform used to build social capital by galvanizing economically active women through the provision of livelihood grant as well as target skills training to support innovations and partnerships. The affinity group brings economically active women together where they engage in pulling together resources through the village savings and loan associations to engage in economic ventures. In Arugungun and Mayama local councils, members of these affinity groups are engaged in 2 major business ventures: local rice milling and production of groundnut oil. Other individual beneficiaries engage in livestock keeping, rice farming, trading, and other economic engagements.
So they now contributed 20,000. So they now got one bag of rice each, which at that time it cost them 18,000 per bag. They now use some part of the change to buy the material, the equipment they needed for the processing.
Samun kuɗi cikin haka nan in buga bulo, cikin haka nan in buga bulo, sai ga alherin Allah ya taho muna. Kuɗin nan da an ka bani na kyautan nan da an kai muna, wallahi da su ni ko sisi ban kace ba sai ni a bangani gi.
Took to her husband. What was this for? He said, out of the grant I got, I bought this for you free so that you can continue with the dry season farming. There and then, he asked all the women within the household that if they have not joined this this association, she will leave the house.
See, with a politician, maybe he will say, me, the project champion, I'm trying to get his money and put it into my pocket.
These economic activities, women are able to pool resources and save over 500 million naira, known as loan saving, with an additional 53 million naira known as social funds for emergency purposes. This qualifies them to get grant disbursed by the state government.
The sensitization and awareness creation, we are able to overcome them, and some of even the people in the community that they are agitating know are now our champion. That is most joyful thing that success story.
But analysts believe overcoming institutional and social barriers that currently restrict economic outcomes are key to fighting poverty among women.